He triumphs in this defeat.
You blinded his only son. A god wills your destruction. Poseidon's son is dead and his rage unappeasable.
But his rage against me existed before my crew was captured by his son. Being captured by his son, our escape, our blinding of his son, was not the first cause of Poseidon's rejection. Even before I blinded that wild shepherd giant, Poseidon hated me. From the moment I set sail to return, I have been cursed. He threw me up here to slowly...
Slowly what?
Slowly become inanimate.
A very strange choice of words, considering that I have offered cunning Odysseus immortality.
Immortal imprisonment. That is your immortality. There are no visible bars, but it is a prison. Your island is like a prison to me. No, it is not like a prison, it is my prison.
You are ungrateful. I found you nearly drowned. I nursed you back to life. You seemed grateful then. Was that an illusion of a lonely woman?
I am grateful for the rescue. Of course I am. But I will not permit you to use that as a reason for holding me a prisoner here forever. I had rather then not been saved. I shall leave you, whatever you desire, and you will not stop me. Unless as an immortal you can stop me, and then you must kill me. Either way, you will not hold me here like some caged bird for your entertainment. Every man has an instinct, a drive. My instinct told me, "Man, you are saved." So, yes, I was grateful, and therefore I felt indebted. I had forgotten, not for long, but for a short time, I had forgotten, and in that time of forgetting, I felt indebted. That time was short. Now I remember again. Now I see again. I see myself, I see you. But I cannot understand why I cannot see the land.
What do you mean? You can see me, you can see your hands, and you can see here before you this land.
My land. My land. I cannot see my land. I cannot see Ithaca. Over the wine-dark sea, we should see a horizon. There is nothing between us. We see the stars, and how far away are they? No man knows, but surely further by many leagues than Ithaca. I see the stars. Why cannot I see Ithaca? Why does the god of the sea so despise me? Why? He despised me long before his son captured us. It cannot be that alone. Is it for some fault of mine, which I cannot see in myself? Have I not made sacrifices enough? But I have made sacrifices. I have always observed all the rites. Is it that my heart was not there? If we make a sacrifice and our heart is not in what we do, is the sacrifice worthless? Is not only the sea but fate against me? Perhaps that too I shall only learn after my return.
Then my sacrifice was worthless. My sacrifice to save you, to feed you. You cannot forget her.
I have half forgotten her.
I can hardly picture her. Nor can I picture this forgotten or half-dreamed land you rave about. I cannot understand why you should care what drives Poseidon on, or why he loaded the future against you. You say you will return, but where to? Some Ithaca of a distant past. That is what you are returning to, and that is what you will not find, Odysseus. Time does not return. Not even the gods can do that. Time is beyond even the gods. Time is now, and home is where you live and thrive. Your home now is Ogygia. In Ogygia you will become immortally at peace. If you leave me, you will perish. Oh, maybe not immediately. You may escape Poseidon, but you will perish all the same. You will be mortal again, and in a few years you will perish and enter into oblivion. Can you even begin to imagine the meaning of oblivion? Oblivion!
What you call peace is not peace for me, but a tedium and a guilty conscience. I have no right to stay here. I have a duty to return.
The cycles of nature have been broken, violently broken. It will break your stony male heart, and you will weep like a girl.
Whatever I find I must face, and if necessary I must fight.
Fight? For what?
For the restoration.
The restoration? What restoration?
The restoration of a natural order, to repair the harvest and the cycle, to heal the dying, to restore harmony. I am returning to restore harmony to a world which is losing all harmony and is falling under a shadow. The restoration of our race.
You may fail.
If you say so, then I know I may, but you cannot reverse my will in any way. I must attempt it. I have been here as though I were all the while asleep, as though you had drugged me into a forgetfulness. I do not blame you. You too have a role, but now I see mine clearly. I do not know exactly how or why. Perhaps it was the memory of the hunts in the forest, or the blue rock doves of Ithaca, or the olive trees, or our fine wine, or the swallows returning every summer. Perhaps it was the faces of the girls returning from harvest, days as though the sun shone every day and no ungrateful parasites disgraced the land. Or maybe it is simply the frustration that I cannot see my land from where I am. Or maybe it is intuition that I must leave, the awareness now that time is running out, that if I do not leave now, it will be too late, that the new order of death, which can be imposed like a creeping sickness to death, will have become irrevocable. Maybe it is a sudden guilty conscience. I have a wife, and that wife is waiting. I have lost count of the days, but she must surely have waited years. Nothing you can say can change me. You saved my life. How can I not be grateful to you? But I do not belong here.
I knew I would fail. I knew that I would not be enough, nor this peace, nor the promise of immortality. I have been 10 times more beautiful than any mortal you have seen. You said as much yourself. Dare I say I am more beautiful than she? And unlike your wife, I do not age.
I belong in time. The golden age when men could see a world not held in time is past, is itself time destroyed, time unmade. I am made of the clay and dust and dirt of unendurable hard land and soil. I am not a goddess or a god. I am a man of Ithaca. I am king of Ithaca. I was given her in trust. I have sinned in my lateness, but staying with you is to sin more. Every day is to sin more. Ithaca is a home, a homeland, which means nothing to you, just as Ogygia will seem nothing to me when I no longer see the coastline of your island. With all your luxury, you give me nothing more than peace. Not even peace, for I am unsettled by my call, my duty. A voice tells me, again and again, more and more bitingly, more and more persistently, you have been away too long, you so-called king of Ithaca.
My island. You will soon forget that it restored you to life. You turn your back on the place which gave you new life. Why did I pity you when I found you on the shore exhausted, your lungs full of sea salt? Why did I take you to my home? Why did I restore you to your strength?
I have no way of repaying you. I have nothing to offer you.
You have your beauty, Odysseus. Your company.
So even gods are lonely.
Even gods want to contemplate their creation. You have your world. What have I? You could have pitied me.
A mortal pity a goddess.
Immortal, we are still vulnerable.
The gods cannot die, so what do you mean, vulnerable?
Men speak of immortal gods, but the gods live from the love of the mortals whom they have created. Without their love, they perish. When I found you, I thought that Poseidon had taken pity on me, pitied my loneliness. I offered you so much.
Should I apologize? I did not want your offer of immortality in ignorance.
A small consolation, Odysseus. I thought Poseidon had brought me a gift.
A gift?
Of peace and immortality. The golden age again. Here, just here.
Peace and immortality. Fruitless gifts. To be close to defeat, close to death, is to be close to life. I live in time. I live to feel the thrust of life and death, and the cold breath of the sea, which I fear and cannot leave.
You will go and forget me completely.
No mortal remains forever. You said so yourself. We do not want to belong to one place forever.
Then you do not even belong to Ithaca forever.
It is there.
What is there?
Death, naturally.
If it is only death.
No, it is not only death. It is fulfillment. It is what must be completed. I shall return to my son and to my wife.
Do you not ask yourself how will things have been changed? It is a long time.
There are the cycles of time. My wife will be older. Or do you know more? My son and wife, are they still well?
I have been concealing from you.
Concealing?
Odysseus, there are new men in Ithaca. They are erecting the faceless towers of a new order. Even Zeus trembles before their...
Their what, Calypso?
Their soullessness. They seem to have no souls at all. And their towers are blank, dead lines of naked rock which shimmers in the harsh light and offers nothing, not even fear. Simply nothing. Something like oblivion.
Sacrilege. I knew it. I could not see, but I could sense it.
They respect nothing of what was yours. They are destroying the forests with their goats. Only the stunted Hermes oak grows on the hillsides now. The palace courtyard is a pigsty. The palace handmaids have been debauched with your own silver. The craftsmen of Ithaca beg in the streets. Lacklustre parasites feed in the orchards. The land is turning from green to grey.
For pity's sake, enough. No, one thing more. Can you see? Is my wife unhurt?
I do not see her. The gods bring no news of her, neither good nor bad. There is a sort of screen around her.
Too long. Too long. Too long. I must go.
You will go.
Ithaca offers me freedom.
Or Ithaca will bring you death. Beyond the confines of my magic here, death will be in the very atoms of the air you breathe into your lungs. Beyond my island you walk in death and you breathe it, all around you.
My wanderings were aimless if they did not lead me home to Ithaca. I have been too long. Too long!
Within time.
Say that by what I do I shall change the very course of time. And how can even the greatest among us better challenge time and wrestle with time than in that way? Would you have me stay and hear how my son and my wife and my land are all destroyed?
We know Ithaca differently. I see in my mind's eye a rock with too many goats, a few birds, a couple of olive trees. You see some kind of Elysium, although it is an Elysium in time.
I see the same as you, but I have other eyes, other minds' eyes. I have no illusions after the golden age of perfection. We are plagued by sea squalls in Ithaca. They seem to come from nowhere on fine days, and when they come, everything is blown away that we have not fastened. Goats are blown off their feet, trees are uprooted. The sea becomes murderous and wild. The people become foul-mouthed and distrustful.
You will return to that? You will return to that tawdriness, that waste and sadness and pain, and all under indifferent eyes and under an indifferent sky?
I must.
Why? Why must you?
Because, for better or for worse, Ithaca is my beloved country.
Your country? Your country? What does that even mean under heaven? Your beloved country will forget you when you die. It did not know you once. It will not know you when you have come to the river. Your country. Are you an owner? As king you own the land? Is that your meaning? Do you mean that you own the country? This Ithaca, this windy rock you rave about?
We do not own the country.
What then?
The country owns us. We Ithacans make Ithaca what she is and will be. Yesterday and tomorrow's children have tilled the soil and planted trees there. I cherish every part of that land which is theirs and ours. From what you say, Ithaca today is in a kind of darkness, but that time will pass. One day our children shall cry rejoicing because the dear homeland is ours once more.
If you safely return, and if you succeed in driving out the looters, yet you will not stay. You will not bring her the peace she expects. You are glorious in your struggles, your wars. In times of peace, you feel that you will stagnate.
I could imagine no cause to leave again.
No? Then why did you sail away in the first place?
The war in Ilias brought honour.
And blood and great pain.
Yes, you are right. It brought blood, pain and anguish.
Anguish? What do you know of anguish? You cannot tell me why you left, can you? And you cannot tell her.
We have suffered from the same, Calypso.
And that is?
Unrequited love.
You think she does not love you?
She does not love me as I love her. I was her source of strength and her protector and provider. But she... I have never been... She has never...
Loved you?
She has needed me, sometimes I think as a spider needs its mate.
And you will return to her? You will return to this doubtful wife when you could be happy here with me?
If she does not recognise me, I will leave her at once.
It is said that when a mortal is dying, all the memories of the short life which was his return in procession before his fading sight, including much that he had forgotten. If Ithaca is dying, it is now that she will remember you.
If you can see so much, can you tell me honestly, shall I find victory in Ithaca?
Victory is within you, Odysseus.
Within me? How should I understand that?
If your will is strong enough to rectify fate, then you may be victorious. That is for you to say, not for me.
Then tell me at least, how will they receive me? My son, I mean, my people, and my wife.
The people with dead eyes, your son with shame and unbelief, and your wife, I cannot say.
Indifferently. Horrible. Indifference is worse than hatred.
They have no poetry in their hearts. They no longer sing. The land is loud yet silent, my friend, and every day louder and more silent. When they see you, they will wait to see your strength tested, and when they see you strong, they will accept you. But their eyes will be cold, indifferent, just accepting.
You lie to tempt me to stay.
No.
Oh yes, a trick. They love me. Indifference. Dear gods, not indifference. Not caring. Not looking. Not fearing. Indifference is the darkest hand, most terrible of all.
It is the fate of all mortals, the indifference of the very earth. The rocks and trees will not care if Odysseus returns, and if he returns, how he will be greeted. No thunder will sound in the sky, marking the return of a king.
But I greet that indifferent earth, for it is my earth, the earth that I love. I will return. I will return. I will return to the land I love. Heavenly God, the land I love. I have been fed on lies. They have told me the land does not matter. The land matters. The land. The land.
And the indifference. How will you fight that?
Indifference. I had rather that the children of Ithaca stone me in the streets, and the rabble call me tyrant or traitor, or both, and hang me on a cross, than that they should ignore me.
What conceit! Do you have such a high opinion of yourself?
Is my opinion not justified?
You ask me. I can only tell you what I see.
One voice will be enough. One young voice to proclaim me, to proclaim the king's return and the king's glory. Then all will see me.
So you need the admiration of others to thrive. Are you not self-sufficient, confident enough of what you yourself can achieve? Is that not a parasite life with its dependence on the approval and giving of others?
What I take, I give back. No king rules, no governor rules, no tyrant rules without an inner compliance. A tyrant once ignored is powerless.
Still there are tyrants. On every coast there are tyrants.
But not by force alone.
Are you not afraid of what could happen? You are returning without an army, not even with armed companions. You are returning over a doubtful sea completely alone.
I fear more the unborn and the dead. I am afraid to meet them across the river, to meet them all and hear them whispering, "Now here comes the traitor king. Hello, traitor king, the one who denied his faith and land. Now comes the coward king." And that reproach forever, forever, forever. That will not happen, nor defeat. I am returning like the swallows of summer. If I die, I will die knowing I did my best.
How very touching. It sounds like the report of a mediocre schoolboy's progress. He tried hard. He did his very best. Not good enough, Odysseus. You must be recognized. You must have one who sees you and accepts you at once without condition, without needing a sign. One who knows at once. You are full of fine poetry, but who can be sure how you will prove? Like the swallows of summer, are you? And how do the swallows of summer return to Ithaca?
They return, predictably, inevitably.
But if all their old nesting homes are blocked, they are confounded. Ithaca is not what she was. The land is covered in forgetfulness.
Then if I die, say I was her fate, Calypso. I am her fate. I cannot abandon my duty. Nothing you say will deter me. Quite the reverse.
Leave them to their fate. They will not thank you.
Do that and you deprive them of the light, your father's very gift to you. You deprive them of the sun. I was born to conquer. Men live not only with their ambitions, they live through them.
I am tired of arguing. You are stubborn and you will embrace what you call your fate. Then go quickly and greet this fate you are so impatient to meet.
First I need your help. Practical help. My ships have been destroyed. I need to find good timber, ropes, canvas. I need supplies, water, fruit and bread.
You will have your help.
Thank you, Calypso.
You do not have to thank me. You have your future, and I have now an almost mortal past. In your arms I discovered what the gods hardly know.
Being?
Human love, of course. The choosing of one insignificant mortal among millions, and endowing that mortal with the qualities of a god. Answer one last question, and then I shall have no more.
Willingly.
Were you happy here, with me, playing the role of an immortal?
If I escape Poseidon again, will the rest be easy, or will another god bar my way?
You said you would answer my last question. So tell me you were happy.
Clytemnestra welcomed her husband home from war with open arms.
Look at me!
Will my son laugh at me? Will he even recognise me? Will I recognise him? Hardly. He was so young. Will I recognise him with instinct? Or will someone have to say, will my wife have to say, he is yours?
Did you love me?
I long to see these so-called suitors. I shall not spare one.
You are forgetting me already. You are indifferent. We shall all perish through our love of mankind. We shall all perish, the gods will perish.
I shall ignore hardship and overcome. My poor homeland, so long delayed, the homecoming king. Pallas Athene, protect me. Almighty Zeus, whose life is a paradigm of ours, show me the righteousness of my vengeance and the justice of my struggle. Sanctify my blood offering. Bless my homecoming. Bless the hero's return.
Odysseus, if you say nothing to me now, you leave under my curse.
Without you, this would have been impossible. Without you, my body would now be one with the sand and the sea and the waves, and my spirit would be grieving for the unaccomplished destiny of Odysseus on the other side of the unspeakable river.
Go. With...
Go. Yes. Go. Go. With... With
my blessing. Go with my blessing, Odysseus. My blessing as a curse, but still my love.
So long, and too long. But now the leaves are stirring in the trees, and the water is stirring, and the beasts are uneasy, they that first sense a change when the sky seems clear, and the towers of despoilers' iniquity glitter like gold in the unsmiling sunlight. The hurricane is close.